Hello and welcome back to the epilogue finale of our little medieval village. We are going to get hit with non-stop raids today. We're going to take a little look around the village. We're going to do a little tour, check things out, but I have installed two mods, Raids for Me and Igor Invader, and we've got just a little 2-hour session this morning, so we are going to start with a little tour, and then we're just going to do raid after raid after raid to see whether or not we can hold onto our walls, whether or not the village can survive. It is a beautiful, calm night evening in late September, deep into fall. The winter is approaching. We've recently just built up the war camp on the south side of the walls, our fighting pits, our mess hall, lots of room for soldiers, a little campground in the siege training zone. Our wizard's tower is finally in place, where Whisper, our electromancer, sleeps, guarding the marshes to be able to zap anybody who comes by and work on various arcane projects. To the north, in the trade quarters, the jewelry shop is almost up and running. Kagu is trying to learn how to make art, but in the meantime, we've been stacking up sapphires and jade and citrine and all sorts of good things. Bones asleep in the mason's shop where he wakes up every morning. She wakes up every morning, goes out and just digs out rocks nonstop from the quarry, from the mine. The smithy where Bad is sleeping. Tiny bits of iron coming out of the mine to be smelted here as we make various weapons, mostly orcalium maces and lots of armor as we try to get everybody geared up. The bulk of our people are still wearing leather. We've got a lot of iron and steel helmets. We've got a lot of orcalium maces, which are really, really good. But leather tends to be what we're wearing for actual armor, like chest armor, and spider silk cloaks, which we'll get to. We have the sauna, of course, where everybody gets to keep nice and calm and relax at the end of a day's hard work, rest in the healing waters of the pool. The houses where Kerbistral and Tolpanzer sleep. Flew Viral's back alley marketplace where little tiny jobs get done. Nothing really gets sold down here, but it's nice to have a little back alley market. Blairl's tiny little artist studio where she works hard at making marble statues. And then Phelan's lumberyard / boyer where they mostly just cut planks all day, every day. Cutting across, we also, of course, have the little marketplace here, selling breads and cheeses. A big pile of clothing. Clothing really was like the prominent industry. Clothing and food, the prominent industry of this place. Dogs eating all of our bread. Our recent trade palazzo, where the caravans are showing up. Just up above, we have the agriculture district. The baker, cooking as many loaves of bread as we can possibly do. The brewer, with tons and tons of ale and mead and beer and apple cider and all sorts of good stuff. Blander the butcher, sleeping after a hard day. Yan has just woken up nice and early, the youngest child of the colony, the only child of the colony, and also our druid. Yan has definitely been a fan favorite this campaign. I think he is definitely the favorite person of the entire colony. Just north of them is, of course, Chocolate Moose's wonderful tailor shop where all of the good stuff gets made. He is hard at work making sheep wool doublets and spider silk capes to keep our people protected. The food storage just above them, pressing cheeses, milk into cheeses, storing extra vegetables and smoking meat. Of course, all of the food coming from our massive farm and pen pasture, full of cows, full of pigs, full of sheep, horses. Recently, we just got chickens. We used to have ducks at one point. We do have a bison as well who likes to hang out with us. And of course, we are hatching a red dragon egg, but that I don't think will get done in time. Certainly not for the raids. The farms, just to the east of that, this one great giant patch of fertile terrain has provided a bounty of food for our colony throughout this. The apple trees down here are actually getting replaced with griffinberry trees now, since they are the more royal tree. And we have another apple orchard elsewhere. And then Turg's Palace to the north, covered in spider webs. It's been a very nice little effective place. Turg has had a wonderful throne room where he's gone off to meditate and become a paladin that has saved countless lives throughout this colony. The dryads, though we don't use them, they've become a bit of a protected species. We have 12 dryads that hang out in the royal gardens and just kind of live their life protected in this nice little bathing spa area. Turg's personal bedroom and bathroom and little art studio. The fanciest bedroom that we have, all good marble. We never really got into the royal furniture, mostly because we didn't have a lot of gold and silk. We needed non-spider silk. The spiders, of course, who are setting up giant webs all over the place. Down to the library, where Dr. Sean has worked fastidiously at making sure that everything is researched constantly and that Yan has been well educated. We've written a few books as well that have piled up here. We're up to 3 books now with... the crafting book is almost done. And the scribe desk here is where we're going to be sending insults to all the other colonies today to cause the raids. The giant dining room here, which has actually been getting a little bit of use now that it's been a bit more popular and a bit nicer. And then, of course, the prison cells, which have been either generally empty or completely full the entire day. The Noble District just to the east has some of our nicest houses, where Newton, Bubba, and Dr. Sean live. Newton is deciding not to eat in his house, but going over to Dr. Sean's. Giant spider webs, of course, as well. The holy spider webs, as well as Arctic wolf fur. Then down the wall, the noble bathrooms. The spider temple. Chocolate is praying here. He's actually not meant to pray here, but it's fine that he can. This temple was one of the natural places that we actually had half built already when we started on the map. We finished it up and realized it looked like a spider. It is also conveniently made of chitin. So by killing a couple of giant spiders very early in the game, we were able to rebuild this temple in true honor of the spider gods. And it's served as like a great beacon of faith for our people. Just below it is, of course, the hospital, where we mostly patch up people who just get beat up while visiting the colony, because who wouldn't want to visit the inn on the lake? The mainstay, the centerpiece of the village. This inn has been a bustling spot that's never really stopped. There's always people in here, no matter what time of day it is, whether it's Cassie or Blander in the kitchen cooking up soups and stews, making wax so that we can keep the candles lit and the honey mead brewing, or whether or not it's just spiders hanging out eating pumpkin frittatas. There's always someone here. In the evenings, this place gets really, really busy with people performing on the stage and playing instruments. Weirdly enough, you know, we put this Taroko table and this Rim of War table in here. I don't think I've ever seen them once be used the entire game, but everything else in here gets used constantly. The cup and board, the cup and dice. We've got beer, we've got ale, we've got cider, we've got mead. Boiled beans, mashed potatoes, pumpkin fritters, smoked meat, bread. Everybody is eaten well in this colony. Outside the walls, our fantastic walls, we have our woods. Oh, we got to deal with that first, though. We have our woods for actually like restocking all of the wood that we constantly need to bring to the lumber yard. We have the charcoal burners camp, which never really got into burning charcoal because I realized I could just dig it up, and charcoal was much easier to get than wood. So it didn't quite turn out as planned, but it has served as being additional guest rooms for people. And then the little fishing hut where people can, you know, grab a bite to eat or fillet their fish here after fishing in the pond and the swamp. We'll finish the tour before we deal with this hunting incident. The lads here, Newton and Flew Viral, are finishing the last 4 pieces of the moat. We dug this entire channel out. It was a nightmare to do. It was easily the longest running project that we've had. That mod is... I think that's from Vanilla Factions Expanded Medieval. It just takes forever to do. And then, as you can see, the moment you cross the bridge, you enter the haunted forest, which is full of monsters, mostly that hang around the bridge. They get really interested anytime somebody else like goes into the forest. They will follow them into the forest, but otherwise they just tend to hang around out around the bridge here. We've got the hemo trolls that produce blood packs. We've got the fungal trolls, which produce mushrooms, forest trolls, hill trolls, a manticore in here, and then a bunch of giant spiders that we are breeding spiders in town, but I'm trying to release as many as I can into the forests. because the forests are mostly empty. We filled them with a few things. There's a couple of like sections of berry bushes and whatnot. But I decided to just end up leaving everything kind of abandoned down here at the whim of the spiders, because it's meant to be a giant spider pen. It's also meant to be like a hunting area more than anything else. Because there's nowhere else on the map except for here for animals to spawn and be hunted. Because as you go across the bridges, you hit the war district. And, you know, things will pop up on the outsides here, but that's about it. We do have this troll who is hunting Bubba. There he is. Out in the hay fields, just to the west of town. I think the one last thing I didn't really show off here is the military fort. This is kind of this was our first training ground inside the walls, where we had a little place for some of our soldiers to stay, the armory, the barracks, and the stables, as well as a small little training ground here. This got expanded, and all of these walls here are like safe to work on. But now poor Bubba's being hunted. Now Bubba is a pyromancer, but this guy is not to be messed with. Trolls love bridges. Everybody knows it. It's a fact. We need to form a plan here. These are fancy trolls. Uter Freak. They're like, I guess like alpha trolls, maybe one might call them. But they are super, super dangerous. Bat, you're not particularly good at combat, and you're my smith, so I'd prefer not to let you down there. Phelan, you're a barbarian. Tall Panzer, you're a good shot. Chocolate Moose, you're a Neanderthal. You know how to fight. Zebersol, you don't. Blairy and Cassie, on the other hand, do. So, let's see how fast this troll is. The answer is very fast. Ooh, nice. Bubba is a good shot, though. And if he's smart about this, he is a pyromancer, and trolls hate fire, which is something I didn't necessarily think of right away. Uh-oh. All right, these guys have the wall. Cassie and Blairy are here. They can also help. This guy actually picked the worst person he could possibly hunt. I don't suppose that can hit him, can it? Doesn't look like it. But it does look like we've knocked him down. We're going to put this guy on hunt. And we'll just finish that off. And then we'll start the plan. We'll start the raids. VM, good morning. Perfect. Phelan is taking this out. You're dealt with. Let us go suit up. Phelan has actually gained expertise here in animal handling, which is a surprise. Somebody's doing like construction on the room I am in, or directly below me. I'm literally in a Bermuda Triangle of construction right now. There is on all sides of our apartment, there is like massive, massive construction going on constantly. Case in point. Are you kidding me? Well, hopefully that does not last all day. It should be short. That's so funny. Does Phelan even do animal handling? You hear nothing? Oh, that came on all my mics, that rumble just then. Somebody was drilling into something and it was like, yes. It is picking up for sure. I think I'm going to put Because Cassie is a hunter, and Tolpanzer has ranching. Oh, interesting. So I think I'm going to give this guy handling. Which actually means that Phelan the Barbarian would make more sense being the one to train all the trolls and all the spiders. Alright, dudes. Turg is rebuilding the traps. Look, they're already repairing the walls. I literally didn't have to tell them to do anything. This colony runs so smooth all of the time. Let us send a message to a clan. Let's start with the Grelos Confederation, which are, I believe, the naked cannibals. Which I feel like is a good group to get hit with first. Eagle L in the animal pen still. Just hanging out. Living his truth. Maybe looking for some dead pigs to eat. Turg makes his way up to the scribe table. I guess I gotta tell somebody to move those. Insult. He says that my mother was a hamster and my father smells of elderberries. Mythic item location. Oh man, I didn't even know we could do this. I say, I hope a warg feasts on your dead body. I will be raided in 1 hour. Wow, that did not take long. Now, I have no idea where raids are going to come from. I have no idea what size they're going to be. We haven't been raided in a couple of years at this point. At least a year and a half. Day 185. And we're on 320. It's been about a year and a half since the last time we were raided. If a year is 90 days. No, a year is 60 days. So it has been. It's been 2 years since we've been raided. And here it comes. Here she comes. Now, you know it's a good raid when it takes this long to load in that many pawns. I think the downside of me deciding to pick tribal cannibals to attack us is that there's going to be a ton of them. A 147. They are attacking immediately. Whisper, I need you on the walls. Flu viral, I need you. Front row center. Blairy, get on that scorpion turret. Cassie, get down to the walls. Bat, you better get down there. Chocolate, I need you down there. Got a Goro. You're actually pretty good at melee. Let's get you in the front. Newton, you've got the hand cannon. So I'm actually going to put you like here because that's a short range weapon. Blairel can stand here and she can sing the melodic war call. Tolpanzer, let's get you probably on these walls. Bones, you can move out front. Zebra Stall, you're actually not really good at anything, so you're going to be kind of a backliner. He has the pick. Ungram, you're very good. You're my commander. Oh man, this is a lot of dudes. Turg, of course. Let's get you over there and get your combat command ready. We got Phelan heading to the front lines. We got Blander heading to the front lines. Blander loves combat. Bubba, definitely want you somewhere that you can throw fireballs. Dr. Sean, I'm going to keep you on, like, saving people duty. Noroth, you literally can't do anything, so I'm just going to put you back here somewhere, maybe. And Kagoo, I think you're the same. Yeah, Norhoth and Kagoo literally have no skills at fighting. Oh my god, they're riding like demigriffs into combat as well. A bunch of them are gonna go for this palisade. This was my greatest fear about not finishing this wall. Scuba, good morning. It's not too many of them, but it is quite a few. Get on that turret. That dude just threw a drum at me. I actually can't cast Chain Bolt with this guy. I can only cast regular bolt. But cast it I shall. Dr. Troll. I probably should not have you out this way. It'd be awesome if I could force all these guys over here. And I probably could, but it would take them like all day to do it. I'd rather you casting bolt inwards. Oh, it gets so leggy. Are those fire pots? They're nuking themselves with fire pots. I want to make sure that that does not get broken. All right, you're going to cast Melodic War Call. Chocolate's coming down. These guys are ready to rock. Those guys are here. The rest are coming down. Yan! How could I forget Yan? Our druid extraordinaire. Foolish of me. Yeesh. Blairy, I don't think that scorpion turret's going to last much longer. Noon's out here using the wrong weapon. These dudes are nuking people, already killing them right in the neck. Blairy has been hit by, I don't know what this is. I'm going to move her right here so that she can shoot out. How are we doing? Whisper. You are arcane load. I wish this guy had a bow. I think we're going to bring him up here as well because he does have a mace. This book seems to help his arcane load, but not like a crazy amount. We could just do a mana overload. You know what? I should have done a mana overload and did like chain lightning. Oh well. Live and learn, I suppose. Bubba's on his way down. I'm actually going to send him here because he's got room to throw him. He'll get there faster. These guys are all coming down. These are all like my best dudes. It's mostly like frontliners I have right now. Let's get these non-combat guys to put out those fires. Gatarego is a martial artist and is like disarming people. This is quite the horde, isn't it though? It does seem like they ignored this palisade once they realized the fight was happening, which is very advantageous for me. Newton, how's this hand cannon going, buddy? Flew viral. Dead. One down. What happened to him? Stabbed in the brain with a throwing knife. Damn, dude. You went down fast. It's amazing because he's very not wounded in every other thing. He even had animatrol healing and a melodic war call. Oh, speaking of, where's Turg? He's here. Combat command is on cooldown still. You know it's not. Guardian skip barrier. Did he cast that? No, I think he got shot. I really need these guys to get down here and start putting out this light. The cannons are firing. Here comes Bubba. And Bubba can cast fireballs. Sorry, he can cast flame balls. He actually is not a good enough mage to cast fireball. Even if I arcane load him. Dealing little direct damage, the flames will set almost everything it touches on fire. I don't seem to be able to aim this one. Oh! Fires a large blast of fire centered on the caster. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's not do that. But let's yeet a fireball in here for sure. God damn, I like need these guys putting out this fire immediately. All right, we got the Guardian skip barrier up. Let's move Turg in here. We're getting hit by all sorts of stuff. Quack, hello. You're just in time for the great fight. The great big fight. I wonder if I shouldn't be using these pomp smokes. You know what? I'm really not getting hit back here. I could have sworn we had like more archers than this. 1, 2. Toll Panzer and Bones. They decided, instead of participating in this fight and helping, hilarious, that they would actually hide. This romantic couple decided if the colony was going down, they wanted nothing to do with it. I would like you on search and destroy, you on search and destroy, you on blade focus, and then search and destroy. Katagaro, search and destroy. Ungrim, search and destroy. Turg, you might be able to finish them. Nice. Here comes Yan with the Bramble Maze. Our wonderful druid. He's going to move on them. I'd actually like to get Turg down here. Lots of people fleeing. Oof. I don't know what that was. Turg's Guardian skip barrier has already maxed them out. Wow, that took no time. I thought that might last a little bit longer than that. No dice. Kagu is like in melee combat, which he's not meant to be. I just want him to try and put out fires. I'm gonna move Cassie up here along with... I think I'll leave Blairy there, because there's a lot of archers down here that are just like taking shots into the pocket, but they've got to fire through so many of their own people. Can we shoot another fireball? If we exceed our arcane load, yes. Oh, it's so tasty. Katagaro is down. 15 hours. Bones is here. Search and destroy Bones. Whisper, we got to get you on your mace right now, buddy. And then I need these guys putting out the other fires. We're going to have Bubba throw one more fireball in here, I think. Huge explosions. These guys were not the naked cannibals I thought they were. Looks like Bubba's going to be the one holding the line here. But that's okay. He's actually pretty good at that. There's like some sort of large break. Fei Lin went down. That's what happened. No immediate danger. But now they are all rampant through my city. Dude, I need you to shoot like in here. Is that a troll? That is a troll. Uh-oh. Noroth and Kagu, I need you to get like here, away from everybody. Dr. Sean at least has the magic knife. Dude, how are they still holding up on this fight right now? They have so many monsters with them. There's flaming cave bears and flaming Roxas wandering through. How is Rimworld treating you? It's treating me well. We're doing the epilogue today, which is us just deciding to get as many attacks in on the city as possible. You know what? You're in no immediate danger. You're in 11 hours. You're in no immediate danger. So Blander went down as well. Heard a melodic warcar. Archery accuracy, melee dodge chance, melee hit chance. That's nice. Whisper hits his arcane overload. Throwing more lightning bolts, I guess. He'll be okay. I'd love it if we could... Turg went down? No way. From what? Bruised? In the leg? Through your fancy steel royal plate? Oh, the professor didn't do it for us. We gotta be approaching, like, them fleeing. I really want my guys to get in here and start saving people. Death German Shepherd. Like, a lot of people here are burning up real bad. Death German Shepherd, that's fine. Death Rock Construct, that's fine. Cause Gravel. I literally can't. There's so much smoke and fire that I have no idea what's even happening here. And like, I can't tell if it's ranged combat or melee combat. That's my bigger threat. Death Giant Spider won. No way. Wow, you killed... you killed one of my female spiders. God damn. That's upsetting. I need Dr. Troll to come out. Bubba just hit an arcane overload. Which I should probably turn him off turbo casting, if that's the case. Tribespeople are fleeing. No, they still gotta flee. Oh my god, they got like hill trolls in here just being lit up. Oh man, okay, where is... Oh, Kage went down trying to get a save. Blairel. Ungrim is down. No immediate danger. Who is in danger? Blander, chocolate. Mostly Blander and chocolate. Where is Blander? Oh, you're already being rescued. Fantastic. So I'm going to have Blairal rescue chocolate. If we can. You're being burnt up real bad, so I'm going to try to get you. Turg is also in a position where he is going to get burnt up real bad. These fires have me concerned. You know what? Actually, I might have Dr. Sean just put out fires right now. Oh, Bubba went down! Death in 6 hours! Can you fight that fire, Newton? The smoke packs just like constantly boom, boom, boom. Yan is down. Yan got messed up by the hill troll. Bit in his torso. Death in 3. He's easy to fix because it's only 1 wound. But it doesn't mean we got to get out of there first. My dude, I'm going to have you just zap this guy. Cheesy peasy, man. Just let the demigriffs go, dudes. Don't try to fight them. Just let them go. You don't need to fight demigriffs. It's not a good idea. Turg is out of the fire. This guy's fleeing in panic. I love how the flaming rocks and the flaming cave beer like ran through, hit my apple orchard. My entire hayfield is on fire. Oh no. Starting to think it might be dangerous using so many fire mages. I think I'm actually going to need to move Tolpanzer up here because right now I'm mostly concerned with being able to get people to the hospital in time. Chocolate is fighting 2 demigriffs. And unless they get the hell out of the way. Come on, Choc. I need you to move, buddy. Bat, I also need you to get the hell out of there. Chocolate's down. Who is this guy? Brio? I'm worried about Chocolate. Death in 9. Death in 2. I don't think I could save him. Dr. Sean, get to it as fast as you can. We're gonna grab as many people as possible right now. Kagu. Ungrim. What is that? What is going boom? No, no, no. Leave that demigriff alone. You just let him escape, please. I think there's so many wounded people that they're not even able to sit them all at the hospital. Where are my doctors? Blairl, you're one of them. Doc Sean, you're one of the others. You're death in 19. You've got Yan, death in 2. You know what, man? Just drop him and stabilize. He's got 1 wound. He dies in 2. Stabilize. I just started watching what happened. We sent an angry letter. I think that's pretty accurate. Are any of these our people? I don't think so. Bones. Zipper Soul, you can probably grab him. Kagu, you also need rescue. Bat is trying to move Chocolate, but he's a Neanderthal, so he's super heavy. This is its own level of issues as well. That's some bullshit. Oh, this guy just like burning to death in the entranceway, being like, this sucks. I didn't agree to this at all. Tending to German Shepherd. Man, I am pretty sure, Blairy, there are more important people for you to be tending to than a German Shepherd. Yanny boy, you're no longer bleeding out. Oh my god, the fires are all over the city. They're everywhere. Suddenly, building everything out of wood doesn't seem like such a good idea. Well, the storehouse is burning down, that is for certain. Where are you taking Chocolate? You're taking him to his bedroom. All right, that's kind of fair, actually. Dr. Troll is here. That's good news, because if he wakes up, he'll start healing people. God, I love Dr. Troll. This guy's got cool makeup. Whisper, you're fine. These guys aren't dying. Can you get on Fight Fire Patrol? Not assigned to firefighting? What do you mean not assigned to firefighting? Thinks because he's a baby he can get out of doing all the hard jobs. Not so, my dude. Not so. Giant Spider 3. Flu Viral's corpse has been cremated. Attracts. Watching for targets. No, my dude. I need you to. Incapable of firefighting. You're a pyromaniac. You're a pyro inconvenience. Bat, I need you on firefighting. I need you rescuing Chocolate. Suddenly having the hospital on the other side of town isn't working so hot for me. Doctor, please. This is a wild forest troll. Long live the Yan. Kagu, how are you doing? No immediate danger. You're fine. Toll, how are you doing? Beating fire out. Probably beat the fires out that are in town. If you could. Okay. Turg is not bleeding out. Phelan is not bleeding out. Bubba is super bleeding out with a ton of wounds. So we're going to give him a troll potion. Let's operate on him first and then tend to him. Cassie, now is not the time for mashed potatoes. You can't do medic stuff, but you can try to go save the orchard. You're incapable of firefighting. Why? Ranger child. You were raised in the forest, and so you won't fight fires. All right, well, go do whatever the hell you want then, I guess. Go consume the mashed potatoes that are in here. That seems like a good idea. Improve the rate of wound healing. You are very wounded. I'm going to preach health on Bubba. Bubba is asleep. I'm going to have you clean this room. Why? Why did you just die? You're not at severe blood loss. You had 2 hours left. Oh, man. Hard to disagree on that one. Get him out of the bed then. There's no room for him. What happened to my stockpile here? Why did you shrink so much? You are my corpse stockpile. Human-like corpses. Oh man, there's a lot of fires. Oh, baby! There's a lot of fires. There goes all my legendary and masterwork tents. I don't even know how these ones started. Like, especially the ones in here. Somebody must have came in and like lit something up. Hot goddamn. Soul Panzer, you're on it. Yan, what are you doing? You're also on it. Blairy, you're tending to a German Shepherd. What, you got nobody better to heal, my dude? Like bones, maybe? 13, tend to him after... Wait, are you a medic? Yeah, you got 9 healing. There's a bunch of guys down here. Aren't there? Ungram, Gatarego. Actually, they're both fine. You know, I say they're fine. They're also in the center of a burning inferno. Chocolate, death in 6. You're who needs to be tended to. And in fact, we're going to get you a potion. Newton, are you kidding me? Now is not the time to try and convert somebody, little man. Jesus Christ. I hear a lot of piggies. Oh, this is stressful. Where you going, Blairy? You're gonna go deal with chocolate? I would like to lose no more people, if at all possible. Yan is being burned by superheated air. This isn't great considering the state of his torso. It is 194 degrees in here. Yeah. It's not great considering his torso. Cassie, rescue. $106, it's not too bad. Uh-oh. If that fire gets in here... I need you inside, Newton. Oh my god. No resting! Incapable of firefighting. God damn it. Why are you all... So many of you are incapable of firefighting. Are you giving him the potion? Yes. Is it going to save him in time? I sure hope so. He's got 4 hours. Okay. So that should start patching up all of his wounds automatically. Though the more the merrier. Sean, where are you going? I need you on those fires. I need you on this fire right here. They played us like a damned fiddle. Bat, can I get you here? I'd like to try and save our actual buildings. Obviously, this is destroyed. I'm hoping the fire can't burn down steel. No promises, though. The orchard's going to be the next big one. Dude, your choice of what you want to fix and what you don't want to fix is really bad. Oh man, these are spreading so fast. Oh, the apple orchard's gone up. The artifacts. The artifact war district. Don't unload your inventory efficiently. Just drop whatever the hell you got and go beat out fires. You got one job, Whisper. You caused all these fires. It's time for you to fix them. How are we doing? Bones is dead in 5. What are we? We're still on Blander. We're still trying to patch him up. Let's change pace here. Bones is dead in 5. I'm gonna give him the good meds if we can. Ungram, no immediate. Phelan, no immediate, though a couple of cuts. Dr. Sean is 14, but he is still currently awake and beating out all these fires, so I'm willing to give him a pass right now. Bleeding out in 14. Yan is fine. Get over it. Doc Sean. Rest. Turg is up and moving around. I appreciate that. A true champ. Oh, there's so much fire. Oh my god. I need them to focus on like this bit first. It's the wooden buildings that I am more concerned about than the stonework. This should not cause too much damage. It will cause all of my animals to escape, which is a problem. But that's a problem for tomorrow. I can't believe Bubba died. That's some real shenanigans. I also can't believe all my steel is burning. I'm pretty sure I have a mod on that says steel doesn't burn. But I guess I might be wrong. Oh my god, this is so funny. Chocolate is like, nah, it's no problem, man. I got this little troll's blood potion. I got you. I'm up. I'm ready to go. Let's go beat out some fires. Kagoo is up, even though he's got a couple of wounds. If y'all can focus on those fires first, I think. Kagoo, I'm gonna have you up here as well. Actually, I'm gonna have you like right here first. Thank God we'll be able to save all these bones. Keep the fire contained and let it all burn. Cancel beating out fire. Extreme break risk. Doesn't look like we're getting much in the way of prisoners. As nice as that would be. All of our statues survived. The rain! The rain is here. The Palisades will live. Maybe the animals are just too stupid to figure out how to escape. Man can dream, I suppose. This is incorrect. That's also incorrect. Maybe it was like that. Based on the way I have this road, I'm a bit confused about this, but devs. Oh my god. We did it. We only lost 2 people. Oh man. The aunt of Bones, the grand uncle of Cassie, Bubba. Funeral, no corpse for flu viral. Well, look, we have this nice graveyard I built back here that we never have had a reason to expand. Oh, we can bury Bubba actually in Sky Burial. Uh-oh. They figured it out. Stuff is still burning. Newton trying to rebuild these walls. My god. So the answer of can we fight raids is yes. Can we fight them well? Not particularly. But we survived. This is cool. So I do have a mod called like wall damage on. And actually once they do enough damage, they cause like breaches. You can see like this corner is turned because it's taken so much damage. Oh, that rules. I really like that. Good gravy, dudes. Uh-oh, Yan, what do you have? An infection in your torso. It's time to go back to bed, buddy. Did anyone heal Doctor? Yes. Kagu, you're down here fighting fires. Whew. We kept one of the legendary tents. Damn, dudes. That was a good brouhaha. What I like about this is it proves that we can survive. Anybody here gonna live? 9 hours? They all have like crazy infections because they've been getting burned for so long. 6 hours. That guy's a wizard. Capture him. Oh, unwaveringly loyal. Never mind. I didn't really like focus on capturing anybody here, which is probably my mistake. But I wasn't really too worried about it. Yan's gotten double infections. Sure, that can be healed though. Growth tier 8. Wow, that's amazing. 2 days before turning 13, and he maxed out on his growth tier. Unfortunately, that torso infection is particularly quite bad. Oh no! Lolth is eating Bubba. This is a different kind of sky burial. Spider burial. Oh my god, could we do spider burial? You there. Tend to this small child. Get the good medicine. We're gonna need it. Blair rolls on a food binge. Yeah, it should be fine, especially if we're using the late medieval stuff. I mean, we have Glitter World here if we need it. Oh, we could also give you tea. Elevate mood, antihistamine, antibiotic, quinine tea. Death's Door. Oh, yeah. You there. Time to get on your medicine. Why are you tending without medicine? Not assigned to healing. No, you know what? It's probably better if you just don't. If you just flat out don't. Panzer might be able to get the secondary save here. There's so many people. Still so very wounded. Thank God we had like 100 medicine. Oh, you know what? Both of them can actually be sky burialed. I don't need to know that we need any graves. There we go. Yan is super fine. I do need to finish this, which... Turg is trying to have a bath. Oh, yeah, no, he's gotta have a bath. He's too messed up. Dr. Troll, I thought I kept you in the hospital, but clearly I did not. Flarrell's pigging out. Which of you has the most skin left? Steel Persona Sword. Is this bonded to somebody? It doesn't look like it. Oh my God, it's not. I have no idea how. An Arctic Drac is attacking a giant spider. Can it beat the neurotoxin buildup? Answer, no. I don't know how... We had that spider that died to... great place for this web. Very good. We had the one spider that died to the rocks, and I'm really surprised by that. I would have thought a spider would have no problem taking out rocks. All right, we got to get that fence up soon. I guess like Newton's the only guy to really do it. Everybody's got their animatroll healing. Blood filtration up to 120% here. Thanks to the quinine tea. Prevents malaria as well. Though that being said, he is struggling to beat this infection. This was with good medicine. Yeah, and I'm going to give you the exalted meds. Because I can't have this. Like, you have quinine tea and you have animal troll healing, and you're still losing to this infection. Let's make sure. If there's one person we can't lose, it's Yan. Sorry, dude. You are going to stay in bed, though. Arcane healing or not. Immunity gain speed 300%. Food binges, alcohol binges. Everybody be binging. He's just throwing the pants down in the pile. This is where the broken pants go, right? This massive pile of ashes. Oh man. We lost a lot of stuff there. Make no mistake, we lost a few things there. I'd like to do another raid. Obviously, we have a couple of problems we have to deal with, though. First and foremost. Nobody's dying anymore, though. Ungrim is in need of some healing, but... he's got moderate blood loss, actually. They'll get to it. I'm going to quickly get this code for Fabulous Fear Machine so that we can play this in a hot minute. Because it's almost time. Oh, I'm so excited. You gotta love a new title. Amazing. And I can actually install it now. I can preload it. So we'll be ready to go. Right on the button. For noon. When the embargo lifts. Ooh, yeah. We got lots of guys trying to escape from the pen right now. Pigs and horses. I don't know, Turg. What's going on with you? You're not healed at all. And you can't cast Word of Healing on yourself. Where's Cassie? Go this way. Preach health. Actually, I guess that will that potion even do anything for him? These close wounds heals bleeding wounds over time. Yeah, so it actually won't do anything for him. I think he might actually just need to rest. Newton is refueling stuff. All right, so Newt, please tell me you have some wood that you can go build those palisades with so that all of our animals don't run away. Turkey Boy's in bed. Kagu out here is still bleeding. Yan is... Alright, Yan is good to go. Let's move him up here. And if we can move Ungrim up here as well, I'm going to do that. You still need fixins. You're fine, but you can't get up. You're fine. You can get up. Ungrim can't walk, really? Okay. Can we get him to a bed? If we carry him... If we carry him... Can we then... I don't know, man. Bring him back here or something? I don't know how this is going to work. This doesn't seem like it's going to work. Someone will get to it. Someone will figure it out. Newton out here in the pour rain. I want to do these funerals, but it requires everybody to be up and moving, which is somewhat complicated. But at least the pen isn't closed. There's lots of animals wandering away, but I'm not gonna panic. If we get them, we get them. If we don't, we don't. Turk, has anybody come to heal you? Blaireau. Doctor. The doctor can do it. I like that the doctor is just napping in the hospital. Look at this. We even have elves showing up who are just washing our patients. Man, I wish when I invited people over to my house, they'd just wash me in bed. These guys don't know how good they've got it. I'm actually not sure what animal troll healing does here. really not sure what this does. Wounds to heal faster than normal for a brief period. Is that it? All right. So it doesn't increase like blood filtration or pumping. It just literally heals wounds faster. I mean, good to know. Yan has become an adult. The biological age of 13. Somehow that's adulthood. In the last year, he has shown excellent personal development. Yan enjoys reading about planetary economics, but most of all, he loves gossiping about loved ones. He's now old enough to smith, research, and write. Let's double him up on archery. What else is he good at? He really loves herbalore. I'm sad that this one didn't come up. We could give him melee 1. It's not a bad idea. Mining, artistic, or cooking. I think I'm going to give him healing, if that's the case. He showed some aptitude for healing. Not a lot. More than he does the other things. I'm not so sure I would be happy when some random would come to my house and start washing me. I don't know, man. It's a free wash. Communal. Grown accustomed to tightly fit colony and loves sleeping in a barracks. I mean, he has lived with Blander his whole life. Easily amused. Permanent +3. Slow learner. That one's not good. Great memory. That one is very good. Insatiable. No amount of loving is enough loving for Yan. He tends to jump from partner to partner and tumble between the sheets with them regularly. His mother was insatiable. That's why they kept breaking the bed. So I'm 100% doing this in honor of Ubly. Ubly? I could never get her name right. Let Yan. That's what I have to say. An adult, a fully grown adult. He can wear real clothing now too. And he no longer gets growth moments. My God. My God. Exhaustion. Maybe go to bed. Starvation. Maybe get something to eat. You still can't walk, Blander? Oh, yeah. Wow. He almost got his torso completely destroyed in that fight. You know, I love these light leather lamellaires, but they don't do enough. I really should have replaced these doublets with proper leather armor, so they had like leather over leather. Ungrim, has anyone tended to you? No. Kagu? No. But the animatrol healing fixed you. Everyone's like so wounded, I can't even like I don't think I could pick up Ungrim and bring him to a bed. Actually, maybe this guy could. He probably could if Doc Sean was to get up. The doctor doesn't mind. Phelan is jealous of Turk's castle and is having a mental break. Dr. Troll, I'm going to leave you on just like one more shift. Just to make sure we're okay here. Wow, look at this. Dr. Sean. A whole shift at the hospital. He takes a slight nap in one of the patient beds before another patient shows up, and then he's like, I gotta go perform. I gotta go read poetry at the inn. To Phelan, who is just like getting as drunk as he can. God love him. So my hope here is actually that Dr. Troll will patch him up. Which is pretty likely. So the walls did okay. We lost a little bit of granite, and we had one breach. Oh, we did lose a point over here, too. We lost the scorpion. Who's this guy? Oh, you're unwaveringly loyal is who you are. We didn't lose too many of the animals. I can't imagine we lost breeding pairs. So I feel pretty good about that. The pigs have lots to eat. We did lose our fire mage, and we did lose one of our best builders. Our fire mage and a noble at that. Though I do call shenanigans, seeing as he died of bleeding when he had 2 hours of blood left. So I don't like that. And poor flu viral, we can't even see. Lou, your name lives on. I'll give you Zeb. I'll give you this guy because I can't pronounce his name. Big Lou. Well, that tracks. He's a Neanderthal. Big Lou. There you go. We got Whispers finally getting patched up. He's been in here forever. Big Lou's getting patched up. All right, I think everybody's like back on the move. This guy's been in here forever, Orange. He's the guy who went berserk on like a warrior trade caravan. I'd like for him to get the hell out of here. Blander is really wounded, so I'm going to give him Word of Healing. Yeah, like he's on like the edge of death still. Where are you going with him? Put him in a hospital. Put him in a hospital bed. Got a Garu trying to get in here. That's Blander's bed. The very last Lardine. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Did we install the end game raid thing you talked about yesterday? The victory condition triple raid? No, I don't know what mod that came from. What I ended up installing was either Dr. Troll ate Bubba's corpse. That's what happened. That's really funny. He was running out of food, so he just ate Bubba's corpse. I installed, it's a mod called Raids for You, which allows you to go to a scribe table or anything that allows you to communicate with other factions, and you can insult the faction. And they'll send a big raid. And a big raid it was. I believe it ended up being 147 people. Nice Whisper. A group of lesser wyverns have wandered in and joined the colony. Oh, well. You may live in the haunted forest for sure. You're both males, so I can't breed you anymore. Extremely venomous, indifferent to pain, resistant to damage. Don't mind if I do. Dr. Sean is sleeping on Bubba's old clothes. Oh, no, no, no. Dr. Sean is sleeping on Bubba's corpse. That's the full corpse in there. It does need to be brought out here, though. And I think we're good to do that now. I don't know who's in charge of this funeral. Turk, probably. Oh, man, you're not going to be able to make that. 11%. No, is Cassie getting the corpse? Oh, actually, that's perfect. Cassie's like one of the only people who is not extremely wounded. So she's actually capable of hauling a corpse out to the haunted forest. We got a couple of cocoons out here. Love to see that. So in our religion, we believe in sky burials, or in our case, forest burials, where we bring people out to the middle of nowhere and we let the trolls and the spiders eat them in the forest. They're waiting. See, they're all coming over. This is the funny part, is whenever people are in the forest, literally the battle animals start to follow them around. Can we get a tile tour? Yeah, we actually did one at the beginning, but we can do another one. We're on the finale today for the build, but we'll do a little scout around after the funeral. A good life, a life after death. He'll be burned. We probably should have burned him, seeing as he was our pyromancer, pyromaniac. Somebody brought a horse to the funeral. That's nice. Turg shows up at the last minute. Oh, but I don't think made it. A good departing of ominism. And Wong has joined. Yeah, man, why not? Come on in, Wong. What do you got? An iron sword lance. Oh, that's cool. Good at mining, good at intellectual, good at persuasion, good at cooking. A very good archer. Unfortunately, I don't have any bows. Cannibal, iron stomach, that helps. Good hygiene and philosopher. Funeral, no corpse for Bubba. We do need to hold also, sorry. Funeral, no corpse for flu viral. I hate to do these back-to-back funerals like this, but I'd like to get them out of the way. But did they eat that corpse in seconds? God, those are some hungry, hungry spiders. Is this guy still bleeding? He is? God damn, dude. Feeling happy, he says. Oh, he's my thrall. That's why he doesn't care. This guy's like brainwashed. Hannibal the cannibal. Yes, Newton, good morning. You picked some prime fights. Hey, what are you doing in here? This isn't the haunted forest. Oh, you're waiting for a rider. I see what happened. Let's fix that. Chocolate collapsed in the middle of the funeral. He's so exhausted. Oranges in a daze, that's fine. Blairy's hiding his room. Good funeral, no corpse. So we should get some nice mood boosts from the double funeral, at least. Could maybe get Rango. Could you rescue Chocolate? So, you want a little tile tour? We can do one. We'll start at the top this time with the castle and the noble district. This is Turg's castle and prison, where Turg has reigned the holy paladin of the Brown Ocean Pact. He has led a very peaceful trading colony to build a massive city in the mountains. On the edge of the mountains, I should say. We have our protected dryads in the royal gardens, the Guaranland Forest. We also have the central anima tree gardens here with just a bunch of different flowers as a vanity project. We have the royal throne room set up with deer rugs that we fought. The prison in the most safe and secure location, the only stone building in the colony for a very long time. Noroth eating in the royal dining room. Below this is the library where Yan was educated. Dr. Sean works fastidiously. Next to also the writing and scribe shop. Turg's bedroom, bathroom, art gallery, and the manager desk are all on kind of the other section. Over here we have a couple of noble homes. This is where Dr. Sean Newtonscan and Bubba lived, but Bubba has since just passed, sadly. Just below them, the noble bathrooms, the Spider Temple. This was one of the original locations on the map. It was a ruin that we rebuilt as close as we could to the original formation. It was originally made out of chitin, so we killed a giant, huge, ancient cave spider at the beginning of the game. We got really lucky. It just died. I don't know. It starved itself to death, I think. And we took its corpse and we finished this temple off and we dedicated it to the spider gods, who have since been blessing the colony with all of their giant webs and spiders that you can see crawling along. Just below is, of course, the hospital, where we've just recently spent a whole lot of time patching everybody up. Hospital/alchemy shop. The centerpiece of the town, the inn on the lake, is this inn. This was the first building we ever built. It was originally our workshops, our storage, our first homes. Now it is inn rooms. It is where people can drink beer, ale, cider, mead, eat boiled bean and onion soup, mashed potatoes, pumpkin fritters, smoked meat, and bread. There's all kinds of good food here. The kitchen is always bumping. Cassie is almost always in here. The stockpile is mostly full. Recently, we've added in a stage and some musical instruments so that people perform here for everybody. And this is where we hold all of our rituals as well, outside of like conversion rituals, which are, of course, are in the temple. To the right of that, we have... Sorry, my mouse is being a little funky today. The agricultural district, where we have food storage, where we press our milks into cheese and we smoke our meats. There's also a bit of extra storage here for anything that can't fit in the kitchen. We have the tailor's shop, where chocolate mousse has been keeping us in all sorts of clothing constantly. We've had linen coming in from the flax plants, cotton from the bison wool that we weave, leather from the cows that we slaughter, and of course spider silk, most recently, from all of our spiders. We have the bakery, which is currently overflowing with wheat because we are like at the end of the fall harvest, where all of the food gets cooked. We have the brewery, which is full of all sorts of different kinds of booze. We make 4 different types of booze: apple cider, mead, ale, and beer. Beer, I guess, which is like an IPA. I don't know. The only difference is like one has wheat and hops. We don't make any wine because it's not warm enough in this climate. And then we have the butcher shop where Blander lives. Blander is one of our dark elves. Him and Ubli, who has long since passed, were the only ones to successfully birth a child, Yan, who has been living in here, though can probably move out now that he's an adult at the ripe old age of 13. And then, of course, we have our pens up here where we have been raising cows and pigs and bisons and chickens and horses, all sorts of stuff. We've had a very booming ranching industry the entire game. We're also hatching a red dragon egg that we bought recently. The apple orchard was south of this. Then there was the storage, which has since burned down. Here we have our military fort, which is our barracks and armory, kind of a place for our soldiers to sleep. And then for all of their equipment, there was a set of stables here that just burned down. Then on the lower half of town, we have the trades district, where we have Bat, our smith, who works at making us mostly hats, though sometimes other armor. He also makes most of the weapons in the camp. All of the maces you see are made out of orcalium. We have the marketplace, where all of our traders come in to buy various things that are stored out under these tents, as well as their trade caravans just coming here and trading off whatever they can. We have the quarries, the mines, and the mason shop down here, where we have basically all of the walls you see that are made out of granite came from this quarry. The jeweler's shop, which never really got going because we didn't have someone who could do arts and crafting, but we've got a lot of equipment here to make jewelry. This is just a house. This is like one of the only houses. It's a small house, but it just stores a couple people. We have, of course, the sauna and bathhouse here, which is a wood-fueled sauna, a hot spring, 2 private baths, and 2 washrooms. We have the back alley marketplace, where I guess Wong is living now. This is where Fluviral lived. This is just kind of a general store, to be honest. It doesn't really make anything in particular. Just weird, odd pieces of different... Anything that just uses the generic crafting bench basically gets made down here. We have the carpentry shop, where all the wood in town gets turned into timber. And then we have the artist shop, where the marble from the quarry gets brought over here and made into statues. The wood, of course, comes from outside of town. We have a handful of different growing zones around to provide trees. We have a charcoal burners camp here that actually hasn't ever burned charcoal, but that's what the design was based around. And then we have a small little fishing district and a little like house to gut the fish in, just to keep people warm. We haven't really had a booming fishing industry this game. I think just because our ranching has been so big, there's always so much ranching to do that we haven't had time to fish. And that's fine. Ooh, somebody killed a mega wolverine. An Arctic drac killed it. To the south right, this is the one area that's not really like built per se, but it's because I wanted to maintain a hunting ground where animals could come and we could still actually like hunting. Before we were ranchers, we were hunters. Cassie, one of our original 3 colony members, has always gone out and hunted animals with her bow and then brought them home and cook. This is also home now. It's the haunted forest, so it's home to all of our various species of trolls, manticores, wyverns, and giant spiders. We keep some giant spiders in town, but any extra spiders we send out into the wild to murder, kill, and do whatever they want. We also have like collections of berry bushes out here that we've planted that we can go out and harvest, but they're mostly for feeding people. Oh, I forgot about this. South of the Trade District, there is the Mage's Tower, where Whisper, or Electromancer, lives. This is a pretty new addition. And then outside the main gate, we had the War District, which was a collection of tents, a little campground out here, some more trees that we can harvest. This was a mess hall that was like legendary masterwork condition, just got burned down. There's a little siege training ground here, so there's all these like archery targets and training dummies that people can train on to get better. And then the fighting pits, the dueling pits, where people will come out in the evenings and fight each other for fun. And they actually do that, which is really cool. Then we had the hay fields, the path into town. And that's pretty much it. That is the town. That is the Great Inn on the Lake. Love all the different shapes for the buildings. Thank you. I spent a lot of time. I think this is our 16th stream. So this colony has taken 50 hours probably to build, which is really gross to say out loud. If we're 15 streams, maybe more than that. I think it's 60 hours. I think this is a 60-hour colony. Now, that's also 60 hours of streams, so there's a bit of mucking around. But they're also all up on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hi, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a very fun experience. Some of our favorite colonists. Well, we have 2 of our 3 starting colonists. We have Turg, the paladin, who has been this kind but depressed paladin who leads the pack. He is a praetor with the Empire. He's actually doing like quite well. He almost became a baron. We were 1 quest away from making him a baron. So he did very well at like making this new colony for the Empire. Our other starting colonist was Cassie, who was an incredible hunter. She tamed a dragon at one point and was riding it around. She also killed another dragon, which she is wearing currently. Her leather armor, her hunting gloves, and her cloak are all made out of rare dragon leather. Not just any dragon, rare dragon. She spends most of her time in the kitchen cooking. She also spends a lot of time making bread. Bread, booze, and food is kind of her thing. She was a hunter very, very early on. A ranger child, a bush sniper, a careful shooter. She has been an absolute ace in the hole for us for the bulk of the campaign. The dragon, yeah, so Cassie's dragon, we forgot to keep upkeep on it. So it returned back to the wild, and then we had to banish it because it was eating all of our puppy dogs. We do have a lot of puppy dogs wandering around. Apparently, I also have a wild forest troll in the middle of my town. A female forest troll. Well, okay. Tame. I have a male forest troll. We can make forest troll babies for the wild forest. The haunted forest. The colony pretty much runs itself at this point. Obviously, the storage is a bit of an issue, but everything else is pretty smooth. Oh, you don't need that. You've already got one. You have one. You have one. You guys never got a statue. Hemotrolls are starving. Nobody is bringing meat out to the hemotrolls because everyone's in the hospital. Oh, Dr. Troll, you don't need to be in here anymore. I have a colony with over 100 hours. That's nowhere near as impressive with this. It's been pretty good. We had a bit of luck. I think we had 2 saves we had to do. 2 like Alt F4s. crashed desktops, but otherwise we've been playing it on Iron Man, so every like loss we've had has been legit. But we did have this like glitch where we didn't get rated for, I really don't know what happened, but we didn't get rated for like a year and for 2 years in game. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say a lot happened in those 2 years. We mostly built like the trade district in those 2 years. And like some vanity projects like the war district. We have another like 15 minutes. So why don't we just go through the colonists? Who else we have? Phelan, our dark elf barbarian. She came to us pretty late. Came from one of the mercenary raids, but she's been fantastic. She's been living in the carpentry shop for a very long time. And she mostly just tends to all of the animals, but she is a barbarian. She replaced our early barbarian, Tolpanzer the First. And she got a little bit better. In fact, she's about to hit level 4, giving her adrenaline rush. What's really funny about this Psionics Expanded is you keep unlocking stuff, but you almost never have the magical stats to actually cast anything. I'd like to play a proper run with vanilla psionics that we do a little bit better. Blander, our other dark elf, father of Yan. He is always going down in combat, which is funny because he's typically had like the best gear. He has the Admiral, the longsword, that he's been rocking like all game, keeping at 100%. And he's always had this steel armet, this sanguine steel armet, this vampire helmet in red. He's been one of my favorite characters. I was really hoping to make him into a vampire, but we only got the one sanguiphage quest really, really early on, and then we never got another one later. So I was hoping to make him a sanguiphage and then like move him into this mountain, which I was going to make into a thing. You know what? I'm just going to let him hunt. He's killing a German Shepherd puppy. I don't really care about that. Chocolate Moose, one of our Neanderthals. He came, I think, not from a raid. Yeah, he came from... I think he actually came from a raid, not a mercenary raid, a regular Neanderthal maid. We got you really early. He has been our tailor, and he has, no joke, he lives here, and he pretty much spends all of his time in his home, just crafting clothing. He has kept us in very good shape, very good equipment, kept things repaired. He also became an artificer, which he's leveled up quite a few times now. Mending equipment, creating rock golems to drag stuff around. He's been fantastic. Bones, our sturdy miner. While not particularly good at anything, Bones has been good at mining and has worked. He basically wakes up and works the mine every single day. He's also been like a sturdy frontliner with his trusty sanguine short sword venom wire. He has held the line very long, very good. He is rowdy. He is tough. He's depressed. A lot of people in our colony have depression. I wonder why that is. But he's been a really solid frontliner. He's taken a lot of hits. I should say. Bat recently joined our colony. I believe you were one of the... we had the Empire crash land, and the Empire was being attacked by Neanderthals. They crash landed their airship, and Bat was one of the people we captured out of this. Bat is a good crafter, and he's been working as our smith ever since we recruited him. He's fairly new, so he never really got leveled up that much. Ungrim came from that same group, but Ungrim is a commander with very, very good melee, exceptionally good melee. He's also he's a commander, so he has the ability to cast like Blinding Pulse and Word of Trust. I actually missed Blinding Pulse. We should have cast that in that fight. I did not realize we had that as a spell unlocked on him. New to the colony, but hangs out on the front line. He has a bad back. He's an old man, but I'm okay with that. Gago, you're very, 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 very new. And it's actually a thrall. We magically enthralled you. So you are never unhappy. Psychic enthrallment causes an incredibly strong mental influence. Thralls don't need to sleep or have recreation, but are unable to do skilled work. This was a prisoner. I believe this was one of the refugees that came to our camp, worked for us, and then betrayed us. And then when they were in prison, when they finally got recruited, they developed the thrall effect. So I'm just assuming that Turg has enthralled them for the greater good of the colony. Chick is being eaten alive by an eagle owl. That's fine. Is there any chronomancer candidates? No, we don't have a chronomancer. Whisper is our most recent mage. He is an electromancer. He came in this same... He's a Neanderthal, but he came in the group of colonists that, like, betrayed us. Coming into the royal palace, grabbing a glass of mead, and then drinking it in the library. A man after my own heart. He is our electromancer, so he can cast, like, chain lightning. And he also is one of the few people actually using a tome. So he is a dedicated mage. He, of course, lives in the mage's tower. Because I felt like he was a safer bet than putting Bubba in here with his fire spells. Bubba also wasn't noble. He lived in here, so. Oh, yeah, Orange, you've just moved in, have you? Okay. Cassie, we've talked about. Toll Panzer has been a really rock-solid character that we've actually almost lost quite a few times. He came from one of the mercenary raids, but he has been our rancher specialist. He trains pretty much all of the animals. He handles all of the bees, all of the milking, all of the sheep. He does a bit of it with Fei Lin mostly. But he has been very, very instrumental in the colony. A psychopath. He, at one point, decided he was going to leave the colony and wander off on his own. And we had to lock him up and throw him in jail and bring him back from the edge. Blairy, our Minotaur, our only Minotaur in the colony. We got you in a very, very early raid. A believer in the Earthly Hollow, which I believe is... yes, you're the one who wants to fly. The Minotaur who wants to fly. Blairy has been our doctor, one of our main doctors, and also one of our main farmers. She keeps the farms alive, which I'm extremely appreciative of. Also, not a bad shot. We generally don't have problems with Blairy. Blairy is a Minotaur, a xenotype all on her own, of a religion all of her own. Never causes any real issue. Every now and then she gets upset about not flying, but she gets over it. Newton, you also came from a mercenary raid. A psychopath. Newton breaks a lot. He is part of the Brutal Legion, which Blander is also a believer of. These guys are a bit tricky. They get upset because we don't raid anybody. We can't raid anybody because our natural religion, not that one, is city builders, which means if we leave town, we lose plus 20 mood and we gain like a negative 30. So we take like a negative 50 to our mood if we leave town with pretty much anybody. Newton has been my constructor especial and one of our best archers as well. He's rocking the handgun right now, our only gunpowder weapon. But Newton is responsible for building a lot of these walls. Him, Flu Viral, and Turg were really our like triple builder crew. One of the biggest problems we had early on in this campaign is that we didn't have anybody to build anything. And so, like, when we finally got constructors, they were extremely, extremely valuable. That's why Newton lives in the Noble District. Just because, like, I didn't want to lose any constructors. In a campaign built around filling the entire map with buildings, having builders was extremely, extremely important. Next, we have Blairal. Blairal is one of my favorites. Blairal is our bard. She is a satyr. The only satyr in the village. She is a nudist bard who's bisexual and uncouth. She's learned 3 songs over the years. She's almost always had a flute equipped, which gives her really good artwork. Her art just constantly levels up from having a flute. She is also one of our constructors and one of our doctors. This is really cute to see. The satyr and the Minotaur here hanging out in the noble baths. It's so good. Would love to see us try this challenge again with some Star Wars mod. I'd love to do some futuristic. We've done a lot of medieval Rimworld. We haven't done a lot of futuristic stuff. And that's definitely one to do. I feel like if I did Star Wars, I'd have to do like a ship, like save our ship sort of thing. But Blairl's been fantastic. She's been the bard. She runs the inn more than anything else. While she has like healing and persuasion, it's mostly spent using like warden work on the prisoners, and she entertains all the guests that come to town. Dr. Sean, our dedicated researcher, he is one of our nobles. He spends all of his time in the palace, basically in the library. He is mostly responsible for raising Yan. He also takes care of the prisoners, but spends the bulk of his time researching. He wields one of her only magical weapons, Chaos, the Sapphire Dagger, which casts like frost magic on people. Though I really never, ever want him in a fight if I can avoid it. He's just been too valuable. Research was also something we got stuck on for an extremely long time. Now it's like we're just researching whatever. Big Lou is new. I believe came from that rebellion as well that we had. Big Lou is not really good at anything. They mostly haul. Along with Noroth, who is our other hauler slash cleaner. Noroth also does some tree cutting and stuff, which is very useful. A fungal troll is attacking after being harmed. I see what happened here. Wow. So this fungal troll lost all of its training and went wild, and all of the other animals just devoured it. This is what's happening now. There's not enough like food. Everybody's been so wounded they haven't been able to tend to any of the training requirements. All of these wild animals are really hard to keep tame. This is the problem with the haunted forest, is that it will eventually like eat itself. Turg is on an insulting spree. Reason, supreme expectations. My importance here was uncontested, so my comfort must be critical priority for my people. I mean, you are the leader of the faction, so that makes sense. Who else do we got? We got Wong, just joined the colony. I literally know nothing about her. We have Kagu. Another one of these like... Oh, actually, I thought you were useless. Kagu also came in the rebellion. Kagu's a genie? I had no idea. Kagu is also very new. Great intellectual, great crafting. Wow. 14 crafting. Kagu was meant to be my jeweler, but their artistic skill has been really, really low. Which is why I built them this drum that passively increases their artistic skill when equipped. My hope was that they would get to like 4 artistic, and then they could start making jewelry down here out of all this jade and sapphires. We've been hit by a few sapphire meteors, but they never had the chance. And then, of course, Yan getting into a fight with Newton. Newton loves social fighting. I don't know why. Psychopath. That makes sense. Yan is the child of Blander and Yubel, who has long passed away. Yan was raised from the very, very youngest age. Wields the deer antlers from the rugs in the palace. Yan has gone through a lot. Originally, Yan believed in his mother's religion, which forced him to want to leave the city. Then eventually, he converted to a wood elf religion. He met some visiting wood elves and converted to his religion, where he was obsessed with trees and running out in the nature. And that worked really well for him for a while. He was very, very happy doing that. He lived a good life out in the trees. Then Yan got converted to the Nuchidian Creed, our primary ideology. And then once we had too many people in the Creed, he broke off and formed his own ideology called the Prosperous Market, which was less focused on humans and more focused on books, which has then since affected the Nuchidian Creed. We actually took cultured as our 4th trait. It's been very funny. Yan became a druid because of his love of nature. He has gone through more than I think anybody else in the colony. He is definitely a fan favorite of everyone here, as well as everybody on YouTube. People get really excited to hear about what's going on in Yan's life. And I love it. From a very young age, he decided his haircut was going to be leaves in his hair. So it was really funny when he decided to become a wood elf. He is a half elf. His father was a dark elf. His mother was a baseliner. So he got some of the things. Elven ears, beardless. Unfortunately, he didn't get beautiful. He did get aggressive, though, which is funny. Maybe that's why he's always getting in fights. And he is our druid. His job, actually, now that he is an adult, was to connect to these Guaranlin trees. We couldn't do this. Yan is injured. We couldn't do this because Yan wasn't old enough, but I was going to have him connect to all these Guaranlin trees and be in charge of all the dryads. I didn't know what we were going to do with the dryads, but that was kind of like the loose plan. I love that they killed this troll and they were all trying to eat it, but instead the spiders were like, not a chance. I'm wrapping it up in a cocoon and putting it over here. What about this guy? Is this guy not in the zone? You know what? This really does not matter. They should be eating this corpse, but they're not doing it. The trolls are really picky and they only seem to want to eat if I give them food. Like they won't naturally hunt anything, which kind of defeats the purpose of the haunted forest, but it's no big deal. It's not a big deal. And that's it. That's the colony. That's everybody. We survived the big attack. We got through the raid. We lost a few people, but I proved that we could at least survive a raid. And I will say, we did lose somebody, but we also got somebody. Only one? Wow, we had 3 people captured. Only one of them survived. I guess I would have focused more on that had I cared about continuing the colony. But today was the last day. And this is all we wanted to look at. So that's it. This is the last we will see of the Brown Ocean Pact. Thank you so much. All of you watching on YouTube, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. I can't wait to figure out what our next Rimworld colony is going to be. We're going to take a little break away from it for now. But we will always come back to Rimworld. It's one of my favorite games to play. And I love streaming it. So stay tuned for more.